Sonic's Green Hills Adventure Season 5 Chapter 28 Home Sweet Home. The transition back was seamless, but the change was undeniable. As the blue light of Marina's portal faded, the group found themselves standing in the spacious entryway of the Wachowski home. Annika's point of view.
I took a deep breath of the air. No more forest rot. No more mechanical grease. Just the smell of home. I looked around the foyer, my taller frame making the ceilings feel just a little bit closer than they used to be. Marina turned to Sonic, her hands still shimmering with the last of the portal's energy.
I have to head back now. My parents, I need to let them know I'm safe, and that the multiverse is finally quiet.
Movie Sonic smiled, his eyes soft.
Go on. You've done more than enough, Marina. We wouldn't be standing on this carpet without you.
Marina didn't say anything else. She stepped in and gave Sonic a long, lingering kiss. It was beautiful and romantic, a quiet moment of peace after a literal war across dimensions. Sonic, of course, didn't flinch or act surprised. He leaned into it, his hand resting gently on her waist as the rest of us watched with tired smiles. When she finally pulled away, she waved to the rest of us and vanished into a final, soft ripple of light. Mom sighed with relief, then looked at me.
All right, everyone is home. Maria, let's get you set up in the guest room. But Annika?
Dad already walking toward the stairs.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a logistical nightmare upstairs. Last time we were here, Annika was still in a crib.
I followed them up the stairs. When we got to the end of the hall, Dad opened the door to my room. The walls were still a soft, peaceful lavender. There were plush owls on the shelves and a mobile hanging from the ceiling. My bed was literally a nursery-sized mattress. I stood in the middle of the room, my denim vest and hoodie looking completely out of place among the baby toys. Dad, I don't think I'm going to fit in the baby bed tonight. Dad chuckled, leaning against the doorframe.
Not unless you plan on sleeping like a pretzel, kiddo. We definitely have some work to do. This room was perfect for a 1-year-old, but for a 10-year-old daughter of Xylo?
We'll clear it out first thing tomorrow. Jojo and Rachel are just a quick drive away. I'm sure Jojo has some older clothes and furniture we can borrow while we get your new room together. For tonight, we'll set up the pull-out couch.
Longclaw peered into the room, her head tilting curiously.
The lavender is a soothing choice, though I suspect you will require more space for your training now, Annika.
Movie Shadow stepped in behind her, his arms crossed as he surveyed the nursery.
We'll help you move the heavy stuff. Consider it your first mission back home. Interior design.
I laughed, looking at the purple walls. It felt strange to see the nursery I had skipped, but looking at my brothers and my parents, I realized I didn't need to be a baby to be the center of this home. I was just Annika older, stronger, and finally exactly where I belonged. The morning sun hit the white pillars of the house, making the whole place glow. I was still rubbing the sleep from my eyes, having spent the night on the living room sofa when the quiet of the morning was shattered by the familiar sound of a car pulling into the gravel driveway and a very excited bark. The front door hadn't even fully opened before a blur of golden fur burst inside. Oh my gosh, Ozzy! The lab mix didn't care that I was 10 years old now. He tackled me onto the rug with the same enthusiasm he had when I was a toddler. Right behind him were Joey and Crystal, our first friends in Green Hills, looking absolutely stunned as they took in the scene.
Maddie, Tom, we heard you guys were back. But, is that Annika? She looks like she skipped 3 grades and a growth spurt overnight.
Joey stared at me, then Longclaw perched near the kitchen.
And Longclaw, it's good to see you again, ma'am. We brought some extra supplies, but I think we're gonna need more snacks.
Longclaw inclined her head graciously.
Greetings, Joey. Crystal, your presence is always a welcome addition to this nest.
Just then, Rachel and Jojo walked in through the open door. Rachel looked around the entryway, her eyes landing on Maria, who was standing shyly by the stairs next to Shadow. Jojo squealed with excitement and running over to Maria.
You're here. Mom told me all about you. You're gonna love my room, and we have so many games to play.
Aunt Rachel walked up to Maria with a surprisingly soft expression, placing a hand on the girl's shoulder.
Welcome to the family, Maria. It's been a long road for you, but you're safe now. We're so excited that you're joining our family. And Jojo has been talking about having a sister since Maddie gave us that call.
Maria looked at Shadow, then back to Rachel with a bright smile.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to that too, and I would like that very much.
Movie Shadow gave Rachel a nod of thanks.
Thank you, Aunt Rachel. She deserves a home where she can just be a kid.
Jojo turned to look at me, her eyes widening.
Wait, Annika, if you're big now, does that mean you can't fit in your nursery anymore? It was so purple.
Tell me about it. I woke up with my feet hanging off the couch because the crib was a no-go. Dad clapped Joey on the back.
Good timing, man. We're about to start the great nursery demolition. We need to get the baby furniture out so we can turn it into something a 10-year-old can actually live in.
Rachel, I might need your help picking out some bedding that isn't covered in cartoonals. I think our girl has earned something a bit more sophisticated.
I looked around at the crowded entryway. Between my three brothers, Maria, Longclaw, the Vahovskis, our neighbors, and a very hyper dog, the house felt bursting with life. The lavender walls of the nursery were about to go, but the family filling the halls was stronger than ever.